Here's the podcast that you've been missing. You might not know what you are listening to, but I know you'll listen again to the House of BS. To the House of BS.
Hello and welcome back again to the House of BS. I'm Becky Brooke-Smith.
And I'm Glenn Brooke-Smith, and we are...
Really? Again?
Yeah,
it's like we haven't done this so many times.
I've done it plenty of times, but...
Wow. So we're both Brooke-Smith, and together we are full of...
BS in the best possible way.
Wow. Wow. Really still not getting that?
Honey, I'm 40. My brain is like mush currently, so...
So this is a very honest podcast all about what to do when life doesn't quite go to plan A and how you want it to go, or the way society says it should go.
And moving on to plan B, so we can try and have a really cool future or live really nicely at the moment.
Yeah.
Which is why we're here.
Back here again.
In the same studio, because we decided that would stick for it this week. Next week, maybe we'll go back to the chill one.
Yeah.
But this one's quite nice. I like it actually. Yeah, it's quite clear today. Last week was a bit less, but
nice. Oh, it's nice. So, talking of the whole plan A not quite going to plan. Plan A not going to plan. Does that make sense?
No, but
brilliant.
We'll stick with it.
Stuck with it. I've said it. I've committed. Talking of that, we thought this week that we would talk a little bit about those big life changes that happen and how they can affect us. And does it matter what age you do these things at?
I don't think it'd change anything at any age. Like, it's just as long as you've got enough go to do something. I think it's down to I've seen people who are older than us, which have restarted here.
Have you?
Yeah, we've got a few guys in the office which have come over from England.
And have they ever lived abroad before?
No, never lived abroad before. They want to live the Dubai life. One guy absolutely loves it. Like, he's like, I can go to the beach, I can enjoy whatever I want to do. I'm not sure if he's just a really good salesman, but he's grafting. I mean, I think it's the mindset. I think definitely the millennial mindset we have, where we've gone through so much as people, as a genre, as an era. Sorry.
Yeah.
We've gone through so much, whether it be financial crisis, whether it be COVID, whether it be another financial crisis,
the wars, the world, like everything. There's lots of things that have happened.
And I think we just come quite numb to it, which means like everything else we push through. So
I think it depends as well, like what triggers the change.
Correct.
So like for us, coming here was off the back of trauma.
Yes.
Off the back of trauma and off the back of grief and all those sorts of things. And I knew that when it all happened, I knew in myself that I was either, if I didn't make a big change, I was going to spiral. Right. And I knew I was going to fall down. So I knew that there was no choice for me.
Whereas I was the other way around. I was one, referring to last week's episode, it was about time.
Yeah.
I'd spent, I'm going to use the word wasted now, so much time.
You think it's wasted time?
Well, yeah, because we spent so much time emotionally, right? And then actually physically, like, I lost work going to do stuff. I remember doing one meeting with the kids, and they didn't tell us that I didn't need to really be there. You could have been there by yourself.
Yeah.
I did a 25-hour shift and then drove from Manchester back to London the same day. I had a 45-minute nap at the petrol station and then still drove back, and they're like, oh, you look quite rough. Yeah, I've just been filming for two really big clients to make sure that we've got the life for the kids. Oh, no, we didn't need to. We spent so much time on that, and our life basically stood still for 2 years whilst we did everything down to their T. And then we said, you were going to spiral. I was like, I'm not wasting any more time on this. Like, we'll come back to it when we can, but now we need to look after ourselves, spend the time on us, and then move on. Yeah.
I think it was, we dealt with it very, very differently in different ways. And I was very lucky. You were fantastic. And just sort of went along with me needing to go. We had wobbles, let's be honest about it.
We did be quite naked on a balcony in Cyprus afterwards.
Oh God, that's not what I was talking.
We had a little bit of a mental breakdown and lots of alcohol. Sweet Caroline at 2:00 in the morning.
We did, yeah, we did do that. We did do that because that was all just part of the sort of grief process and things like that. But it led to the biggest change we had ever done. I think in either both of our lives, really.
Yeah, but I always wanted to do that change. I come from, as you may realise from like the podcast, and you know my family. It's like a very disconnected family. Our family's not like yours. Yours are very everybody sees each other, all the time, on top of each other, whereas we're not. Like, I could be what I am 6,000 miles around the world, and I can still bring family and still catch up. Even my friends, exactly the same, you know. So I always wanted to do this. It was just I never had the opportunity, and then opportunity come along after the back of it.
Do you think it was opportunity that forced the change, or circumstance?
I honestly think it's a mixture of both.
Yeah.
Circumstance was like your frustration with not having the kids, my frustration of being stagnant for so long, right? And then the opportunity of it all popping up and it being in here, which is, we've had Vegas, which is the adults' playground. This is the adults' work ground. There's lots of play here. We don't do a lot of play. I mean, we do some. Like, we go to Abu Dhabi,
I think
we do
we
that kind of
did
stuff.
in the beginning.
Yeah.
I think maybe sort of 6 months in we started to
Chill a little bit, because it does add up very quickly. You can I can understand now how people can get themselves into a lot of debt very quickly here.
It's brunches, and it's the shopping, and it's the experiences.
It's only 1,000 dirham. It's okay, and you're like actually saying that's 112 or 120 of your salary.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot, and it's brilliant fun to do, and you should do it. But I mean, the big change for us, one of the biggest changes for us, is we don't really drink anymore.
No.
So that's had a huge impact.
Well, I had a health problem, so that's why I can't. I would love to have a beer, but now my body's like, no.
Absolutely not, sir.
Absolutely not. I had to get, for the guys that didn't know, or people didn't know, I had a really bad kidney stone, and I was out of function for 4 or 5 weeks fully.
It was nasty.
I don't think I've never been with you when I've had something that bad.
No.
I think the last time I had a problem with that was when I was beaten up at school and put into the hospital with kidney failure. But this kidney stone was horrendous. And
that was all. That makes me so sad.
That's good that you're there to support me though. That was good.
Support you, like, emotionally and physically, having to carry you to the car at 4 a.m.
Yeah, and then carrying a bag of sick to the hospital.
Yeah, that was. Oh yeah, I think I blocked that bit from my memory.
That was funny.
But again, though, but this is what I'm saying, that most of our big changes that we've made have come off the back of
trauma.
A negative thing, something that's happened, and I wonder if other people make big changes based on a positive, like, we've not done anything because we were ambitious and we were driven to it and we were do you know what I mean?
No, but I think that's coming in now, because I think honestly, you've been put in your position, like, you done your degree in drama, didn't really find anything there, and then you moved on to PGCE. Did I get that right?
Yes, well done.
And then went on to teach, right?
Yeah.
And out here, like, you got some good opportunities, and you got a good package, and yeah, I'm not saying you're not driven, but you already had most of your choices made, like you wanted to do.
Yeah.
At a very young age, you'd already set what you wanted to do. Me, I started university, realised at 2000 very quickly that I was not going to learn anything, which was revolutionary. What I was going to do is get a bit of paper for 3 years worth of work. So I was like, okay, no, I'm not going to bother doing that. I can make the money in that time. And, I've always been a bit more fluid. I think that's the word I'm going to use with...
I think you've just said it there as well. I think your thing is you're not very patient. And I don't say that in a negative way.
What do you mean?
You don't have patience for things to take time. You like things to be done.
No, I do. I weigh up the differences though. Like, I don't see, like, the university course. Like, I was not going to learn anything new. It wasn't very, for the cost of my time, it didn't make sense for me to do it. Right? In 2000, I was going to get taught HTML, CSS, and maybe a bit of Python. No, it would have been C++. I already knew C++, I already knew Python and HTML, and I was going to get 2 years told by a 50, 60-year-old guy on how to do it for 3 years and put myself in £40,000 worth of debt, right? And I didn't see the point of that, because I went out, started a website company, made quite a bit of money on that in the dot-com boom before it all went poop. But I made good money up to there, and then I went over to Greece, lived in Greece, like, doing during summer holidays, doing repping. We'll say repping. It was tech data, but anyway, it's just because it's not that I'm impatient. It's just that I value my actual time where I can actually hustle to.
That's one of your. What's the word? What's the word for, like, a key phrase, like motto, tagline?
Yeah, you can use tagline.
But what's the word for it?
I don't know, what are you trying to get at?
Well, okay, so the thing that you say regularly that actually has helped me an awful lot is I can always make more money, but I can't make more time.
Correct, it's 100%.
And this, you've said this to me a few times because I get a bit panicky sometimes about money, and I get a bit anxious, and this is all very much from my brilliant dad and mum. They brought us up to, you know, save money and do what you can, blah blah blah. And for those that don't know, sadly, I lost my dad very suddenly 2 years ago.
Very early.
Yeah, way too soon. Horrendous. And when that happened, I realised I flip-flopped a lot between I need to save money, I need to save for a future, blah, 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 blah. And then I panic. No, I don't panic. And then I say, well, Dad spent his life saving and he didn't get to have his retirement. So I go between an excuse of language.
But then your mum is being looked after.
Mum is very well looked after now, as a result of their life's work together. But I really flip between save it or fuck it.
Yeah.
So what I'm getting at is I think that
it was your first swear word.
Yeah, and
on
I
the
really
podcast, and it's not me. I
actually apologised before I said it.
Yeah, it's not me my thing. Man, you're stealing all my roles now.
God, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, Mum.
But I get what you're going to come at. You're going to come out there. But I mean, honestly, like, we've got enough money. We are putting stuff aside for our saving, for our
future selves.
Future selves. That's not an issue. Like, we're not overspending. You know, when we do get stuff, we pay it off as soon as it comes in.
Yeah.
Right. So we're good.
No,
right?
we're in a much.
But I mean,
better
you
position.
can't always make more money. You're never going to get, like, I'm not going to get this time back I'm doing now. Right. I'm spending my time educating or showing the world who we are and what is possible with a little bit of change.
Well, I mean, this is one of our biggest changes to do this. This is
100%.
huge. It's a very. I've actually had a lot of people say to us that it's a brave thing, it's a vulnerable thing. It didn't feel like that when we started doing this. To me, I was just having a conversation with you.
Yeah, I looked into it a little bit more and I understand the vulnerability bit, because then you're putting yourself out there. Currently, in the current climate where AI can do everything, we're now cloning. We can now put in 35 minutes of our voice online every single day in perfect.
You're welcome, AI.
high quality, and we're also letting in your emotions. So
yeah,
when AI takes over the world, guys, I'm on your side.
Listen, I've always said please and thank you to ChatGPT.
Yeah, same.
So
but we get told off now.
Always.
Apparently, they're OpenAI are like, oh, if you say thank you and think it wastes resources. I'm like,
no, but that's the humans. That's the humans saying that. The humans are worried about spending the money. The robots appreciate the manners.
See the news this week with OpenAI?
No, what?
They're opening here. They're opening the second campus here. Yeah,
yes.
Stargate projects are coming.
That's very exciting.
I'm really looking forward to that.
Yeah, no,
for
that's
your
exciting.
school stuff.
See, okay, so then that brings me back to change.
Yep.
So I'm 37.
Yep.
You're 40.
Yep.
And we are both in this sort of moment where we're like, do we change our careers?
Yep.
Or do we not change them completely?
Pivot.
Oh, all right, Ross. But yeah, do we pivot with what we're doing?
Yeah.
You know, I've spent 10 years in the classroom now, 15 years in education.
Yeah.
Is it now time for me to start looking at something else or looking elsewhere? And that's really scary.
I mean,
it's a scary
it is.
thought.
I get that, but I mean, with the AI stuff, it helps with you if you wanted to ask for some help or some emotional support or stuff like that on how you can do that, right? That's what it's coming for. I'm quite happy to embrace it. I mean, there's people my age which
embrace AI or embrace change?
Change both.
Okay, yeah.
Both. It's got to be. I mean, I'm not going to go full marching down the road about how I think AI's got to control everything. No, I come from a cyber background, so I understand the risks.
It's about using it ethically
Correct.
and using it the right way, for sure.
Yeah. And how it can save resources. And I know it's using a lot of resources before people bombard us on a text saying, "Oh my God, how much power!" But I mean, we have literally an abundance of sun here. So they're just all they're going to do is crack open another 200 watt. Or how many gigawatts it is farm
1.21
in a desert, and they're just going to start making more power for it. Like, I get that. Like, they've got Hatter Dam, which makes continuous clean energy all day long.
It does.
Right? So they'll do that here.
I'm so sorry. I'm having to do my hair. It keeps falling out. Sorry about that.
But I mean, long as you can use the tools around you to pivot and do your life career change, that's great. But it doesn't have to be a full change. You can still use you've still got a very unique skill set, like from taken. You've got a very, very unique skill set which you can use in most careers, whether it be teaching at enterprise level or whether it be like anything. That's what I'm trying to say. If we can use the AI to find you a thing, and I think you're working on a project now, aren't you, for school teaching and stuff like that?
Yeah.
I think it's too early to talk about it properly.
We won't
But
say
you
it.
are working on something for that.
I'm just a huge believer. I think I've found this within the education sector, definitely, because we've said before that AI is a big thing here, but that fear of change is massive in some people.
I had that with, the thing is, I'm that old. I remember 2000. So I was at school 95, 96.
Yeah.
Right. So before big fast internet, and we had an ISDN 128 line at work at school.
All right, Grandad.
I know. 128 megs. Oh, shared between the whole network. Oh, everybody got so excited, and yeah, I mean, like we were only allowed an hour's worth of internet a week at school and stuff like that. Oh, you know, the internet's never going to be a big thing.
In Carter.
Yeah. Oh
Carter
God, I used to love them
96.
discs.
That was a classic
They
move.
always had a weird smell.
What, the disc?
The pack, it used to come in. It used to come sealed. In.
I wasn't allowed to touch the.
We used to use research machines, so RM machines, and I always had to fix them. Always. It's like, oh, the IT department can't fix it. Fixed. But no, that was another
Is
big
that how
change.
you type?
Yeah,
Just you look like a Thunderbird.
that's what I go for. So
I think think this is the thing. You have to embrace. I always remember. This is slightly different, but I think because I get panicky about change personally, but between us, at our age,
correct.
I worry about it at our age. But the biggest one for me was always. You remember Ricky Tomlinson, the actor?
No.
Yes, you do. The dad from Royal Family.
Yeah, I know, but I don't remember the change.
Right. Oh, well, he was a carpenter, or
Who was the one that used to be? Who was a comedian? Was a brain surgeon.
Harry Hill.
Harry Hill was a brain surgeon.
Right, yeah, and then Ricky Tomlinson. I think he was a chippy. I think until he was like 43, and then he decided to do acting. And I keep thinking, oh, I've still got time then. There's something.
Who was a comedian? Was really good at dodging fraud.
Oh, we don't mention his name.
Jimmy Carr. I mean, that works out well.
I have feelings on him, but I think that the world is shattered. I think because when we were young and, you know, our parents, they tend to sort of get their job and then that's it for a long time.
Yeah.
But then saying that, my dad, although he was still a gas man, he left the gas board and started his own company.
Yeah, he tried management. That didn't work out. He tried corporate management.
Oh, no, he's not very good. He did not enjoy working for
I still remember his time when he was like, you're going to join corporate in Dubai. You. I'm like, you do realize I come from corporate, so I have worked in corporate. I didn't like the politics.
Yeah.
The politics is what makes corporate click.
Yeah.
Like, it shouldn't, but it does. In the bad places, it does. A lot of the good places, everybody's quite happy and move jingly and very... Jingly and fluid. But I mean, a lot of the bad places, the politics is the problem. And your dad was very... He did not deal with the politics very well.
He never liked being told what to do.
I don't think it was that.
Oh,
I think it's the way. It was the
he
way.
didn't like being checked up on.
And micromanaged.
Yeah, he's got no time
How to
for
kill
that.
a business in 20 seconds, micromanagement.
So then he did manage to make a big change, and that was a big change.
Yeah, correct.
To go into, you know, suddenly, you know, having to make your own money and all
Yeah.
that sort. You know, you
Chase.
work for yourself. I work for myself.
I've run 3
and-
businesses doing that. So
Yeah, mine.
I love it.
I know, I did. I couldn't bear
Absolutely
the paperwork.
love it.
But then saying that, my mum also, oh God, what a woman. She went back to school. I think, and Mum, I'm sorry if I've got this wrong, but I think it was when she was around sort of late 30s, 40, and went back to school and did her GCSEs, and then went and did a PGCE, and then became a teacher.
Yeah.
So she completely changed what she was doing. I mean, she'd been working in a school, but she was limited because she didn't have the, you know, like you didn't have the bit of paper that said you could do it.
Yeah.
So she did it, and she was a parent, and she was working, and she went to uni.
Yeah.
We were saying last week about having time.
Yeah.
You know, I really don't think I use my time wisely. I really do think I need to up that and improve it.
Yeah, we both did. That's why I was looking at doing an MBA, but I'm like, again, I don't see the point of the piece of paper. The amount of money, which is what I think $8,000, $10,000 to add it onto my career, which is, you know, and 25 hours in the week. I'm like, I can do that. That's not a problem.
Yeah.
And I will smash it 100% because you know how I work with this kind of stuff. Microsoft courses, yay. But I still am not there. I've got my brain set on us, not set on a bit of paper.
Yeah, see, I think whereas I've had a slightly different one because, so again, I think you mentioned last week, my plan was always to be a teacher and to be then a mother. And then I'd be quite happy having the holidays together and all that sort of thing. But realistically, then I remember that moment where I realised, okay, we're really not having children. We're really not having them. So I need to, like, have I peaked?
No.
And no. I'm saying I remember that feeling of, oh my God, have I peaked? Is this it? And that's when I'm now doing a course, an MPQSL, to them going to senior leadership within schools. And that was a change. You know, I started that when I was 37. 36, just turned 37. I've just started, you know, I'm halfway through this course now. And that's time consuming, but it really feels like an achievement that I'm doing it, which is really nice. So I think we just have to get rid of that fear of change, you know? And I have to say, that point has led me on quite nicely to the BS moment of the week.
You've gone slightly gospel.
Did you really like there was some intense eye contact there?
Yeah, no, I was thinking it's a bit too gospel, but it's like bring it up a beat. It's going to be very quick.
I didn't know where I pitched it. Okay, so my BS moment of the week actually links very much to the course that I'm doing at the minute, because this week I completed my second cycle. I completed all of my assignments and I handed them in. And I had a one-to-one with my coach, my online tutor, and he actually used the word exceptional. So I was very, very proud of that sense of self-achievement that even as a 37-year-old woman who really doesn't know what on earth she's doing in life can still achieve an exceptional assignment.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Well done. I don't really have a BS moment of the week this week.
Oh my God, did you forget to prepare again?
No, I didn't prepare. I literally...
You didn't what, sorry?
Forget to prepare, Becky.
Prepare.
I had a very long week of just work. Nothing else. It's been a very, very stressful time at work this week. So nothing new has changed. I've literally gone to work, come home. I'm planning to enjoy this weekend. Right?
Okay.
I may, as we're near Maydown, I may even go to the Digger Cafe for a coffee on the way home. Right? And that will be the highlight of my week.
Do you know, I can almost guarantee that this is the reason he's booked this studio. Because it's close to the Digger Cafe.
The cafe's just there, I can see it. Well, it's quite far that way, but I can still see it.
Yeah. And does it matter that we don't have kids and we go there?
No, you go and get coffee.
Exactly. Is that a choice that we can make because we don't have children?
Yeah, because I want coffee. And I want to remote control a digger.
I know you do. I think the biggest thing that we want to say in this episode is that don't be afraid of change. Change will happen, whether it's like thrust upon you or whether it's something you choose to do.
Yep.
Even if it's a change off the back of a trauma or off the back of a, grief, there is always light in the dark. I think that's the biggest thing. Listen. I'm trying to be a nice thing here. But I think it's good because I wish...
Change is inevitable, I think is the word.
Change is inevitable, but I think we can help shape it.
Yeah, I mean, you can also... The bits you can embrace. As I keep saying to you, the stuff you can affect in life, get stressed about. The stuff you can't affect, leave it be.
Yeah, my great uncle Frank always used to say that.
Because there's no point.
Don't waste time worrying about things you can't change.
You can't do anything, so just leave it.
It's all well and good to tell yourself that, but I know that in the moment it can be. But I do wish that when we were in the midst of all this, that week after everything happened, when we were really just, I wish I'd heard someone say, it really will get better.
It will. You will look back and go, damn, that was a hard time, but you moved on.
Yeah.
It's fine. You're still alive. You still got your health.
It won't always be perfect. It won't always be good. And you won't always know what you're doing, but that's okay.
That is okay.
Just embrace the change.
It's okay not to be okay.
Always. That's a big thing.
And on that note...
Yeah. Enjoy your week. Thank you for coming. Please do send us a comment or follow us on Instagram at the.houseofbs or TikTok at theHouseofBS or our YouTube channel, The House of BS.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah. We literally... Hi, we're on it now. Hi. So please do get in touch and follow, share, all of that malarkey.
Oh,
yeah.
Love.
That's a change you can make. Just press that little like button. Appreciate that. A little follow. Okay, I'm going to go now, but thank you.
Thank you. Love you.
Thank you. Love you.